Well, it's been a while since I did a DWZ discussion for all of you guys. This is a very interesting topic that I want to bring out. This coming Saturday in Japan time. So today is the 8th of October. We're going to have a very interesting match and I'm looking forward to it. And this match is for the Wonder of Stardom Championship, aka the white belt, between challenger Mayu Iwatani, the leader of Stars, taking on the champion Tam Nakano, who's also the leader of the Cosmic Angels. Why is this match so anticipated? Something you gotta watch. Well, if you guys have followed the history between both these individuals, you would understand why. So basically, we got one Tam who is trying to prove how better she is than Mayu, and then there's Mayu who's hellbent on destroying Tam Nakano. So, let's start this discussion right now. Hey everyone, this is J-Rod here for all of you guys. It's been a while since I did the DWZ discussion. So why is this match between Tam Nakano and Mayu Iwatani so important? What makes this match going to be special? There's a lot of stories that have been built up on this one that would make sense. But to understand this, let's begin with from the very beginning. On January 21st of 2018, there was an elimination match between two different factions. One of them was Queen's Quest and, of course, Oda Tai. However, the stipulation is whoever is the last person to be eliminated from whatever faction, they are now being forced out of their faction. Unfortunately, that person was Tam Nakano, who was, in fact, the last person to represent Oda Tai. She actually got pinned by Momo Watanabe. Now, since Oda Tai left her and she has no home to go to, at the time, the leader, you may know her as the current NXT star, of course, Io Shirai, offered her a chance to join Queen's Quest. But Mayu Iwatani, on the other hand, had other plans. She came back after having an injury, had two things in mind. One, challenge Io Shirai for the white belt, which is the Wonder of Stardom belt, and of course, offer an extension to Tam Nakano to join her newly formed faction at the time, was known as Stardom Army, but later renamed as Stars. So, Tam had to choose which faction, and she chose Mayu Iwatani. Now, the reason she chose Mayu Iwatani, she was her savior, because she had nowhere else to go to. So over time, they became a team, a tag team. They even became the artist champions before. Practically, she would do anything for Mayu. She would protect her. She always had her back. But over time, Mayu decided to push her to the side because she had other plans. But the more she's trying to get closer to Mayu to protect her, Mayu has been pushing her away. And there's one time she felt more that why does she need that Starlight Kid has been pushed to the forward instead of her. Reason is, if you guys follow Starlight Kid, she has far more better experience than Tam Nakano. So that kind of led to it. But over time, she actually wanted to go do things on her own as well. For example, when the return of Mayu Iwatani's former tag team partner, known as Arisa Hojiki, she came back and Tam kind of had a little problem with this. So basically, it's more like Tam Nakano has been trying to gain the attention of Mayu Iwatani. But the more she tried, the more it didn't. However, she also tried to obtain the Wonder of Stardom belt several times. But her last straw is when she faced Julia, who was also a newcomer, a challenge for that belt twice. But she came unsuccessful. Now, because she was sick and tired of being, of course, a sidekick in Stars, she had other plans. This is what led to the formation and, of course, what later became one of the most interesting factions in Stardom, We're talking about the Cosmic Angels. So let's talk about them. Alright, what made Cosmic Angels special? Well, Tam Nakano had other plans. She wanted to form a somewhat of a subgroup within Stars. This led on October 4th of 2020, where she met Mina Shirakawa in a match before the upcoming event known as Goddesses Tag League. So Mina Shirakawa, on the other hand, she originally came from Tokyo Yoshi Pro, and this was her first official match in Stardom. She came up short. However, Tam Nakano seems interested in her. She asked her an obvious question. Why did she came to Stardom? Her response, she wanted to be a real Fighting H Cup revenue idol. And Tam liked what she heard. So she extended her hand, offered her to join her in the Goddesses Tag League. Also, during this time, in the entire almost a month during Tag League, Mina Shirakawa became the latest member of that time in Stars. However, I don't think Mayu Iwatani had any idea what was going on. Now, Tam and Mina were unsuccessful to win Tag League. But however, in November 14th of last year, this is where it began the showdown. There was a showdown that was led by Star members Mayu Iwatani, Starlight Kid, and Fukigen Death, facing off against Tam Nakano, Mina Shirakawa, and their mystery partner who they dubbed ZZ. Now, nobody knows who ZZ was, but later it was revealed it was Unagi Sayaka, who is also came from Tokyo Yoshi Pro, same as Mina. So you probably ask yourselves, why did these two join Stardom? Well, at the time, Stardom is opening the doors now because they became a full-blown major promotion in the Yoshi world. So that's the reason they made the jump shift. So during that time, Unagi, Mina, and Tam became a much successful unit, facing off anybody that gets in their way. Their first official match as a trios, they defeated Stars, but however, they announced themselves as the Cosmic Angels. Now, during all that momentum, they had been undefeated, they had lost a match. However, they had other plans in mind. They decided they need some belts. So, they came up with the idea of finally challenging Oda Tai, who at the time were the artist belts, in order to prove they are the best faction during that time, which they did. However, in December of that year, they lost their one match against Stars, consistent of Mayu, Kid, and of course Saya Ida. However, during the momentum of Cosmic Angels, there was a lot of questions saying, is Tam Nakano leaving Stars along with Mina and Unagi? That was the very question that was never been asked. Even Mayu questioned it. When she defeated, the Stars defeated the Cosmic Angels, Mayu questioned Tam's attitude. Questioned her, are you a face or are you a heel? Your attitude doesn't fit Stars. So it was still like the unanswered question for Mayu. She wanted to know, what's your answer? Tam couldn't give the answer, but she did state it. She'll give her an answer as soon enough. However, after this, that's when they had the challenge Oda Tai for the artist belts, which they had a huge success, able to defeat them. Now, there was no secret in mind that Stars will be keeping eye on this match. And of course, they became the challengers for this one that took place in Osaka Dream Cinderella of last year. And this became a 6-woman elimination match between Cosmic Angels, Tam, Mina, and Unagi taking on Stars, Mayu, Kid, and Fukigen Death. However, there was a lot of talk about this match where people were questioning why was Mina was the last one remaining in the Cosmic Angels. They were able to eliminate both Unagi and Tam, but I think they wanted to improve Mina Shirakawa because during her time she was not that much of experience like Tam or the other members of the roster in Stardom, but it did show that they're very interested in the Cosmic Angels. So that's the reason it happened. However, this is the answer that Mayu expected from Tam, but this became a feud. Tam Nakano, in the post-match of this elimination match, retaining the artist belts, just told to everybody that they were successful, but however, the Cosmic Angels are splitting away from Stars. This drove an edge to Mayu, with hatred, realizing that Tam betrayed her in public. So that kind of fits in a very interesting story. But she said that she swore that she was going to destroy her no matter what, including stripping away the artist belts once and for all. However, Kid reminded them that they do have another opportunity. If you guys remember, that one loss the Cosmic Angels had was Stars. It was Kid and Mayu teaming up with Saida at the time. Unagi, on the other hand, pleaded with Tam. They know that defeating them in this particular match was not enough. So she said, we need to defeat them once and for all. And of course, Tam agreed. So this match was postponed because in December 26th of last year, coincidentally was of course Mina Shirakawa's birthday. She got injured, broken nose during a match against DDM. So basically this match was put on hold for the time being. Unagi Sayaka, on the other hand, ended up facing a 7-match trial, while Tam Nakano decided to pursue her chance for another shot of the white belt. And eventually she did. And Mina did return on March 3rd of this year for the All-Star Dream Cinderella event, where Tam Nakano faced Julia for the white belt, but in a hair versus hair stipulation. Now, Tam Nakano was successful. This match was beautifully great. I have to enjoy this match a lot. However, we haven't forgotten that the artist belts were still being put on the line. There was another shot that Stars wanted to get, and this time, Cosmic Angels, on the other hand, of course, came on top. And of course, over time, they had other challengers from DDM, Queen's Quest, Oda Tai. And so far, Mayu hasn't made any moves because she was still dealing with Oda Tai getting involved. Oda Tai has been eventually attacking anybody that gets in her way. And of course, there's more to this that leads to the eye. But this passed recently on their latest event for the Grand Star Prix, which is their annual tournament for whoever's going to challenge Utami Hayashida for the red belt. That's when Mayu made her decision. She wants to challenge challenge Tam Nakano for the white belt. So this feud has now rekindled. So this is more like a feud of a lifetime. But there's more to the story about Mayu that you may or may not have been aware of. Why does she want to destroy Tam Nakano? Well, obvious that Mayu has been betrayed by many people, but I do believe a theory that leads to the story why she wants to finish off Tam Nakano and strip her away of the white belt. So let's discuss that right now. Okay, so let's talk about Mayu. Why is she taking it personal with Tam Nakano? The obvious reason is this. Mayu has always had people that betray her time and time again. It first began with Io Shirai when they were known as Thunder Rock as a tag team. Io Shirai became the leader of the faction known as Queen's Quest. Joining her was later Momo Watanabe. But they weren't the first or the last time that Mayu Iwatani has been betrayed. She had others, even within her own faction, that betrayed her, like Saki Kashima and Ruka. So their betrayals were more like, I'm used to it. But Natsuko Tora, the leader of Oda Tai, has always taken great pleasure to say, ha 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 ha, you've been betrayed many times, once again. So basically, nothing fazed her on that. But I do believe a theory on this one. Mayu Iwatani has never, and once these people betray her, has come after them for a little payback. But I feel with Tam, it tells the story, I haven't forgotten what you did. So I've always believed that Mayu will never forget how Tam betrayed her. Now, all these betrayals that she had in her past was all behind her back. But Tam was the only one who's betrayed her in public. Now, you can say that's a very humiliating torture. I mean, I would say so myself, just watching this. Because if you guys saw that promo where Cosmic Angels broke away from Stars, Mayu was angry of how this went down. And I've always believed that's what Mayu wanted. She has one thing in mind, is to destroy Tam Nakano and strip her of the white belt. Now, this is why I've always believed that none of the other betrayals mattered, because Mayu's used to it. But the betrayal from Tam, that's a different story in itself. Because Tam, if you guys know her, she in fact is more honorable but also more truthful than any other adversary that Mayu has ever faced. But of course, Mayu would never see it that way. But that's what explains why she's looking forward into dethroning her in this match. And I don't believe Mayu will ever forget how she betrayed her. But what will the outcome be if one of them walks away? Now, to me, it could be a good thing in certain aspects. Why is that? So let's discuss that right now. Okay, so let's talk about the aspects of what would happen if one of them walks away with the white belts. So let's talk about the Mayu situation. Let's see what happens if she wins the white belt. Well, there is a good side to this. If you guys know this or not, in the final night of the 5-star Grand Prix, Tam Nakano was in a match against who is the current World of Stardom champion, aka the red belt, Utami Hayashida, and somehow Tam Nakano was able to beat. Now, the rule of thumb in this one is, if you were able to pin or beat the current champion, you get a title shot. Now, if Tam was losing the title to Mayu, there is a guarantee she could face Utami or whoever will become the upcoming opponent to win. As you know, Utami has 2 challengers in her wake, one on the 9th and the other one in Sumo Hall. So practically anything could go down. So Tam will be fine. She could go for the top belt itself, the red belt. Now, what would happen if Tam retains the white belt? Well, the way I see it, she could finally say, I'm better than Mayu. And that's pretty much it. But at the same time, I feel, even if she defeats Mayu, I feel that she's going to have a much bigger feud than Mayu. The reason I would say that there's only one person that would take it personally in the defeat of Mayu Iwatani in this aspect. And that one person would be, of course, Natsuko Tora, aka the leader of Oda Tai. Why is that? Natsuko, on the other hand, has spent months torturing Mayu because recently they've been attacking them because Stars have been the protectors of Stardom for who knows how long. But recently, Stars has suffered a lot of losses. 2 of their members have been snatched up in elimination matches. The first to go was Kokigen Death, who later was renamed by Natsuko as Fukigen. And of course, Mayu's closest friend, who's been like a sister to her, Starlight Kid, who now embraces the dark path. So that's pretty much what happened. But if I was thinking in that kind of scenario, it would fit in because Natsuko Tora would do anything. But however, there is also a reason why. Natsuko can make fun of Mayu all she wants about the betrayals she had, but the way I see it, Ruka and Saki Kashima's betrayal is insignificant. Why didn't she go after those girls for revenge? Because she's used to it. But the one betrayal that will always haunt her is Tam. That's the kind of drawback I see. Not a drawback, but more like the story that could be built up. That I feel that even if they do defeat Mayu and Stars, the Cosmic Angels will be now the new protectors of Stardom. And that's something that Oda Tai will not tolerate. But anything could happen after October 9th. And I'm pretty much looking forward to it because it kind of tells us, that this is going to be an important match. Now, these two factions are, in fact, baby faces. Now, some of you are saying, why would they do that? Well, it's about who is going to be the protectors of Stardom. Now, recently, Cosmic Angels began as a three member team. It was Tam, Mina, and Unagi. But recently, they added 2 new members, Mai Sakurai and Wakatsukiyama, who both of them came from Aquarius Girls, which Tam Nakano is familiarized. So she was the one who introduced these 2 members to join. Even though Mai was requested to join, Unagi was a bit biffed about it, but Tam wanted her to join. However, Waka was joined during a press conference before this particular date. So anything could happen. I'm looking forward to what the Cosmic Angels would do. But right now, I'm very excited to see how this match between both Tam Nakano and Mayu will take place. Now, this is the first time these guys have went face to face. There was a match that I failed to mention. They have faced off. But however, that particular match ended in a draw. So basically, anything could possibly happen. So, who will be victorious? Well, we just gotta watch and see what happens. And I hope you guys do as well. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion, me talking about this rivalry. I will do a discussion video involving the Cosmic Angels because they're, in fact, one of my favorite factions in Stardom. Now, you probably ask me why. I just love how they build up the storylines in this one because they are completely different from the other factions, such as DDM, Queen's Quest, Odatai, and of course Stars. They were the newer faction that was formed last year, but now we may get to see what they could do in the upcoming future. If Tam Nakano retains the Wonder Belt, or if Unagi also retained the future of Star against Ruka. But anything could happen, so stand by for that. But as for now, I'll see you guys in the next time and the next time on this channel. So I must bid all of you adieu. So goodbye. Mwah. And have a nice day. Bang!